This is my KZ1000 that I just recently finished a restoration project on. And I did a video on it where I walked around and kind of showed what I had done to it. One of the details that hadn't quite been completed is my rear master cylinder is still leaking. And I was trying to keep a lot of the parts original, stock. I even went and got it powder coated. I mean, it looks real nice. The problem is it leaks even with a rebuild kit in it. It didn't leak before I put the rebuild kit in it. And I called and told them that it was leaking. The customer service was pretty good. They sent me new cup seals and a piston with the grommet rubber seal on it. Even the replacements didn't fix it. It still leaks. I put fluid in it, park it overnight. I'd wake up in the morning and it would have fluid dripped all over the ground. So I found a place in England that had genuine Kawasaki repair kit, rebuild kit. At least I'm hoping it is. They said it is. So I'm going to see if that works. I've done a lot of looking on YouTube to see if I could find anything on the internet to find anything for master cylinders leaking even after rebuilds. Is there a problem with the kits that are being made? Are they like just not sized correctly? And I didn't find anything. Matter of fact, I didn't really find anything specific to rebuilding an original KZ1000 rear master cylinder. I found lots of videos on how to rebuild master cylinders, just any master cylinder, maybe Honda or old Suzuki's, but nothing specifically on this KZ master cylinder. So I thought, well, maybe I'll make a video and see how it goes. I like the idea of keeping it as stock as I can, even though it's heavily modified. If I can keep a lot of the original parts, I like doing that. I think it looks pretty cool on here. But I'm at a point now where if this doesn't work here, I'm buying aftermarket and I'll just get a universal master cylinder in there and get it to work, because I've been riding it around for a few months with no rear brakes and I don't really like that very much. See if I can kind of get in here. So what happens after I fill it, and I converted the whole thing to .5, so I put all new braided lines, and I cleaned everything out really well. You're not supposed to mix the .3 with .5, and .5 being silicone based, it doesn't eat your paint up if it leaks out. So that sounded pretty nice, and it doesn't absorb water. like the .3 does. So all a conversion really is just cleaning everything out and getting rid of any residual .3. I don't know if that's contributing to my problems, if it's thinner, runs out easier past seals, I'm not sure. But I didn't see anything that I was reading that said so. So this is the kit. All it is a spring, the piston with this rubber seal, and a cup seal. So the way it's supposed to go in is this spring goes up into the bore of your master cylinder this way, and then on top of that goes the cup seal, and the cup seal is going to go with the cup facing up so that it's keeping a seal. So it goes like that, and then the piston with the rubber seal here goes in, and then your push rod from your pedal goes here. It moves in and out. It's supposed to push the fluid into the line and operate your brakes. However, when mine sits, the fluid just leaks past this cup seal. Now I don't know if this is not made to the right size or if it's this seal, but either way, my last ditch effort is to go with a new rebuild kit. This says genuine Kawasaki, and that's my cup seal. Now that right off the bat looks different than this one, so man, I hope I'm onto something here. That's a lot different. So we'll see how this goes. Oh man, right from the get-go I see that this seal has a flare on it, which makes sense. It should flare out and it should seal on the inside of the bore. This one is pretty straight up and down and has no real flare, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. Like I said, I bought this kit here from a company in England, and it was, I don't know, it was about $110–$115, where this kit was like $65. So I mean, I'm kind of throwing money at it, and I'm hoping that this is going to be the last time I have to. Alright, well, give it a shot. Alright, so this already had brake fluid in it, so I'm not going to re-coat that. But what I am going to do is coat these parts. I don't know if I'm doing this right or not. There's no instructions that come with it. The service manual, which I do have, says to coat it with the brake fluid. So that's what I'm doing. Alright, I think I'm going to use everything that they gave me. Spring is in. Let's see how it fits. Oh man, I'm liking this already. Hell yeah. Feeling like this is going to be worth the investment. Alright, so I got it in there. Now this piston is going to go with the flared part of the seal facing that way. Now this one came already on, so there's no guessing about it. When I got the old one, or the original repair kit, which is not working very well for me, this came off. I had to stretch it out, pull it over this, and then put it onto the piston myself. So there was no instructions that told you which way to orient it, but it makes the most sense that the flared part, and there's a slight flare, the flared part would face in, so it's pushing all the fluid into the line. Oh yeah. Oh boy, that's gonna be good. I don't really need to replace these. These fit in there. I won't even cut open the other ones. Alright, so this gets a little tough. You gotta hold that down with that washer in there. Right here. You got to compress that piston, get that in there, and then you got to get this clip in there, all while holding it down there. Everything's in. There's a groove in there. Everything's inserted into the groove. We're good. Oh man, that feels so much tighter. This boot would just catch all the fluid, and then it would run out this little weep hole right here once it got full, and that's how you'd know that it was leaking. If this wasn't .5, I would just replace this because it's covered in brake fluid, but it's .5. It's not going to hurt any of the paint, fortunately for me, because it's leaked several times trying to get it right. Alright, let's put it back on. Let me turn this camera around. Now, fill it with fluid. I'm not going to bother bleeding the brakes right now, because if it's leaking still, I'll have to do it again anyway. So for right now, I'm just going to fill it with fluid, cover it, and then I'll wait till tomorrow and see if there's fluid all over the floor. If it's not, then it's been a success. I didn't put too much fluid in. So that's it. I didn't see anything else on the internet about rebuilding a rear master cylinder on a old 78 KZ1000, so I thought I'd make one of my own since I was getting the parts. I was going to be doing it myself. I figured maybe it'll help somebody out. I will post something again tomorrow after I see if this worked or not. Do a little follow-up.